Every moment you chase fleeting pleasure, you're giving your power away. Lust is not just desire, it's energy, attention, and ambition being stolen from your purpose. But what if you could redirect that same energy into laser-sharp focus, unstoppable productivity, and long-term success? Today, you'll learn exactly how to turn your impulses into power, your urges into action, and your distractions into results. This isn't theory, it's strategy, it's discipline, and it starts right now. Chapter 1. Stop letting desire steal your day. Every day you wake up with a plan. You tell yourself, today I'm going to focus. Today I'm going to get things done. And then it happens. A notification, a thought, a fleeting desire, plus sexual urges, and suddenly 2-3 hours are gone. Poof, vanished, wasted on mindless scrolling, random videos, endless distractions. You might not even notice it at first, but it's happening, and it's stealing your life. Let me be clear. Lust is not inherently bad. It's natural. It's human. But here's the hard truth. If desire controls you, focus disappears. If focus disappears, results disappear. You have a choice. That's the key. You can let it dictate your day, or you can take control. And it starts here. Look around you. People scrolling mindlessly through their phones, wasting hours every day. That's not leisure. That's not rest. That's theft. Lust hijacks your attention. It hijacks your energy. It hijacks your ambition. And every moment you give in, your future self pays the price. Let's put it in numbers. Studies show that the average person loses 2 to 3 hours daily to distractions tied directly to sexual stimuli, videos, images, mindless flirting, even fantasy. 2 to 3 hours. Every day. That adds up to hundreds of hours each year. Hundreds of hours you could spend building skills, building a business, building yourself. Instead, it's evaporating into nothing. You might think, it's just a few minutes. It doesn't matter. Wrong. Minutes become hours. Hours become days. Days become weeks. And weeks become months. 1 year passes and you look back wondering, where did the time go? And the answer is simple. Lust stole it. You don't need their permission. You don't need to wait until tomorrow. The control is in your hands, right now. So, how do you stop letting desire steal your day? Step 1. Awareness. You must see it. Track it. Notice when it starts. You know the moment. That slight itch to check your phone, that craving, that thought you can't shake. That's your signal. Pause. Observe. Do not act. Awareness is power. You have a choice. You can let it take over, or you can redirect it. That's the key. Step 2. Interrupt the pattern. When you notice the urge, stop immediately. Change your environment. Stand up. Or splash water on your face. Pick up a notebook. Open a book. Do something that shifts the focus. Small actions break big patterns. You don't need to fight your brain, you need to outsmart it. And here's the repetition you must internalize. If desire controls you, focus disappears. If focus disappears, results disappear. Say it. Repeat it. Live it. Step 3. Replace the energy. Desire is energy. Sexual energy is one of the most powerful forms of human energy. You can either squander it or redirect it. That's the choice. Work out. Write. Create. Plan. Build. Convert that restlessness, that tension, into action that matters. It's not about suppressing yourself. It's about discipline, about direction. It's not about indulgence, it's about execution. Every urge you resist is momentum gained. Every moment redirected is power reclaimed. Let me give you a real-world example. Think about the average office worker scrolling through social media at lunch, tapping mindlessly, looking at content that triggers desire. They spend 45 minutes, sometimes more, in this loop. By the time they get back to work, focus is gone. Productivity drops. Energy drops. Confidence drops. Now imagine if that same 45 minutes was spent on reading, planning, or creating. That's not a huge sacrifice. It's a transformation. That's the power of redirecting desire into focus. That's the lesson here. And it's not just about work. Lust hijacks your thinking, your decision-making, your self-esteem. It clouds judgment. It makes you reactive instead of proactive. You make choices based on impulses, not strategy. You chase highs, not progress. And slowly, subtly, it shapes your life without you even realizing it. You have a choice. That's the key. You can either surrender or you can take control. Now here's the coaching truth. Habits are formed in repetition. Repetition is where most people fail. They resist for a day, 2 days, maybe a week, and then they slip. Don't be most people. Repeat the cycle every day. Catch the urge. Interrupt it. Redirect it. Say to yourself, this energy belongs to me. I decide where it goes. Repeat it daily. Reinforce it. The mind obeys what it rehearses. And remember this, discipline is not punishment. Discipline is freedom. When you stop letting desire steal your day, you reclaim your hours, your focus, your power. You wake up with a plan and you follow it. You build momentum. You start seeing results. That's why this chapter matters. This is the foundation. If you cannot control your desire, nothing else will stick. That's the brutal truth. So here's your first exercise. Track your urges for the next 7 days. Every time a sexual desire pulls your attention away from work, study, or purpose, write it down. Note the time, the trigger, and how long you spent indulging it. At the end of the week, review it. The numbers will shock you. Then pick one small adjustment for the next week. Maybe it's leaving the phone in another room, maybe it's exercising at the moment of peak urge. Small adjustments compound. That's how focus is built. And here's the final reminder for this chapter. Repeat it until it sinks in. If desire controls you, focus disappears. If focus disappears, results disappear. You have a choice. You have the power. You don't need permission. Take control of your impulses, take control of your energy, take control of your life. You've learned how lust steals your day. You've learned why it matters. You've learned the first steps to regain control. Now you've mastered the awareness of your impulses. Next, we'll take that power further, because awareness alone is not enough. You must learn to understand desire as energy, not the enemy. Chapter 2. Understand lust as energy, not enemy. Lust is not your enemy. It is not a curse. It is not a flaw. It is a biological force, a signal, a surge, a raw form of energy. That's the first truth you need to understand. Energy is neither good nor bad. It is what you make it. You have a choice. That's the key. You can let lust control you or you can redirect it. You can let it dictate your thoughts, your actions, your day, or you can transform it into power, focus, and results. Most people view lust as a weakness. They see it as a trap, something to be ashamed of, something to hide. But high performers see it differently. They know that energy is energy. Lust is energy in motion. It can be wasted, or it can be harnessed. Michael Phelps, Elon Musk, even Beethoven, these people understood the truth. Channel biological energy into creation. Don't fight it. Redirect it. That's the secret. Let's break this down. Lust creates a surge of dopamine. It creates a rush of adrenaline. Your heart rate spikes. Your body is primed. Your mind is alert. But most people squander this surge. They feed it with images, fantasy, indulgence. They scroll. They click. They give in. And the energy leaves them drained, scattered, unfocused. 2 hours wasted. 3 hours wasted. Every day. That is the cost of misunderstanding lust. You don't need to fight the energy. You need to direct it. That's the key. Energy is neither good nor bad. It is what you make it. Think about it like fire. Fire can burn your house down or fire can cook your food. Fire can destroy or fire can create. Lust is no different. You can let it consume you or you can let it fuel you. That is your choice. High performers don't suppress desire. They transmute it. They convert it into work, creativity, action. Take Leonardo da Vinci. He had enormous biological energy, enormous sexual energy. And he channeled it into his art, his inventions, his studies. He didn't waste it. He redirected it. And that's the model you need to follow. Every urge, every surge, every pull of desire is fuel. You just have to decide where it goes. So how do you do this? Step 1. Reframe your perception of lust. Stop thinking it is bad. Stop thinking it is shameful. Stop labeling it as weakness. Lust is a signal. It's a marker of energy available to you. Think, this is not a problem. This is potential. Every time the urge rises, you're being handed power. Power is neither good nor bad, it's neutral. What matters is what you do with it. Step 2. Recognize the patterns. Lust peaks at certain times, after stress, after boredom, after inactivity. Track it. Notice the moments when sexual energy is strongest. These are your opportunities. These are the moments you can convert distraction into action. It's simple but profound. You cannot redirect what you do not recognize. Awareness is the first step toward mastery. Step 3. Convert energy into action immediately. Don't sit and wait for it to pass. Create, write, exercise, study, build. If you feel restless, frustrated, distracted by desire, do something productive. Channel the biological surge into momentum. That is how high performers operate. That is how your energy stops being a liability and starts being an asset. Let me give you a concrete example. Imagine a writer struggling with sexual tension. The urge rises. Normally they'd scroll, watch, or indulge. That energy would vanish. But instead they sit at their desk. They type. They write 2, 3, 4 pages. The energy that would have dissipated is now transformed into creation. By the end of the session they are exhausted, but in a good way. Productive, focused, powerful. That is the transmutation of lust into action. That is mastery. And here's the repetition you must drill into your mind. Energy is neither good nor bad. It is what you make it. Repeat it. Say it out loud. Write it down. Internalize it. Lust is power. Desire is fuel. And your mind is the engine. You have a choice. You always have a choice. Step 4. Stop punishing yourself for natural urges. Shame and guilt drain energy. If you constantly think, I shouldn't feel this, you are losing twice. Once to the urge and once to your self-criticism. Instead, neutralize the energy. Acknowledge it. Own it. Redirect it. That is discipline. That is control. That is freedom. Step 5. Create a system for redirection. Don't rely on willpower alone. Systems make discipline automatic. For example, every time a surge arises, have a predetermined action. Write for 10 minutes, do 20 push-ups, or focus on your top priority task. This turns biological energy into structured output. No wasted time. No scattered impulses. Just momentum. That's the strategy of the disciplined mind. Let's talk about real-world reinforcement. Many athletes, entrepreneurs, and creatives use this method without labeling it sexual transmutation. They just know that energy is energy. A boxer channels aggression and lust into training. A musician channels desire into practice. An entrepreneur channels restless energy into late-night problem-solving. The principle is universal. Energy is neutral. What you do with it defines your results. And here's another key: repetition. You must practice this daily. Every urge is a drill. Every moment of desire is an opportunity. Don't wait for perfection. Don't wait for a magical mindset. Start now. Convert energy. Redirect energy. Repeat the process until it becomes automatic. That is the difference between someone who wastes potential and someone who dominates it. Before we close this chapter, remember the mantra: energy is neither good nor bad. It is what you make it. You have a choice. You have the power. You don't need permission. Lust is not a weakness. Desire is not a trap. Biological energy is your tool, your momentum, your fuel. And mastery comes from conscious redirection. That is the lesson. That is the path. You now understand lust as energy, not enemy. You've seen how it can be redirected. You've learned the steps: reframe, recognize, convert, neutralize, systemize. You've learned the mantra to repeat: energy is neither good nor bad. It is what you make it. Use it. Practice it. Own it. Next, we take this principle deeper. Awareness and understanding are not enough. You must act consistently to build discipline. You must take that energy and turn it into measurable results. Chapter 3. Awareness is the first weapon. You cannot control what you do not see. Awareness is power. Say it again. You cannot control what you do not see. Awareness is power. This is the foundation of mastery. Desire, lust, sexual impulses, they are invisible thieves if you ignore them. They operate in the background, pulling your attention, hijacking your focus, and stealing your momentum. And the first step to taking back control is simple. You must see them. Most people live in denial. They tell themselves, it's just a thought. It's harmless. It's normal. And it is normal, but it is not harmless. Every unobserved urge has the potential to redirect hours of your life into distraction. You scroll. You fantasize. You indulge. You lose focus. You feel drained. Then you wonder why nothing gets done. You cannot control what you do not see. Awareness is power. Let me give you an example. Take journaling. It seems simple. Write down every time you feel an urge. Note the time, the trigger, the environment, and what you did. That's it. Seemingly small. But over the course of a week, patterns appear. Maybe you notice most urges come after lunch. Maybe they appear when you are bored, stressed, or alone. Maybe social media is the trigger. The point is, awareness reveals the enemy. You cannot fight a shadow. You cannot control what you do not see. Awareness is power. Step 1. Track your impulses relentlessly. Get a notebook, a notes app, anything. Record the exact moment the urge arises. Record your thoughts. Record your actions. Be brutally honest. Don't sugarcoat it. Don't rationalize it. It just happened is not analysis. Analysis is seeing the chain of cause and effect. That's how you take control. That's how you build mastery. Step 2. Identify triggers. Triggers are everywhere. A notification, a thought, an image, a certain place, a certain mood. Awareness is recognizing these triggers before they hijack you. Maybe it's boredom. Maybe it's fatigue. Maybe it's stress. The trigger is the key. You cannot control what you do not see. Awareness is power. The moment you notice the trigger, you interrupt the autopilot loop. That is the first victory. Step 3. Observe your reactions without judgment. Awareness is not about shame. Awareness is not about guilt. Awareness is about information. You are collecting data about your mind, your patterns, your impulses. You are mapping the battlefield. And once you see it clearly, you can strategize. You can redirect. You can act with discipline instead of reaction. This is your weapon. Let's make it real. Imagine you're sitting at your desk. You feel an urge. Normally, your reaction is automatic. You pick up the phone. You scroll. Time passes. Focus disappears. But with awareness, you notice it immediately. You stop. You acknowledge the urge. You write it down. You analyze it. You understand the pattern. That moment alone gives you a choice. That moment is freedom. That is power. That is mastery in action. Repetition is critical here. You cannot hear this once and be done. You cannot read it once and remember it forever. Repeat it. Say it every day. You cannot control what you do not see. Awareness is power. Let it sink into your subconscious. Let it shape your reactions. Let it become instinct. Every urge is an opportunity to practice awareness. Every distraction is a drill in self-control. Step 4. Turn awareness into actionable strategy. Knowledge without action is wasted energy. Once you identify triggers, create a plan to neutralize them. For example, if scrolling social media triggers lust, block the apps during peak hours. If stress triggers impulses, insert a physical or mental reset. Exercise, deep breathing, or a cold shower. Awareness without action is only observation. Awareness with action is dominance. Step 5. Observe patterns over time. One day of awareness is not mastery. 1 week is not mastery. Patterns emerge over months. Track, analyze, adjust, and repeat. That is the rhythm of transformation. That is the difference between someone who gives in to desire and someone who channels it. This is your arsenal. You cannot control what you do not see. Awareness is power. Now let's connect this to real-world results. High achievers, from CEOs to athletes, use awareness as their first line of defense. They monitor their energy, their moods, their impulses. They notice the early signs of distraction before it becomes a problem. They catch the urge at its inception and redirect it into productive action. That is why they win. That is why you can win. Here's an exercise you can start immediately. For the next 7 days, log every sexual impulse. Note the time, your environment, your emotional state, and what you did. Then, at the end of the day, review it. Identify the patterns. Identify the triggers. Identify the weak points. Then create a simple intervention, a task, a movement, a ritual that interrupts the urge and redirects energy. Repeat. Reinforce. Build habit. Build mastery. Finally, let's reinforce the mantra again. You cannot control what you do not see. Awareness is power. Say it aloud. Say it in your mind. Write it down. Make it a part of your daily rhythm. Every time an urge arises, remind yourself. Awareness creates choice. Choice creates power. Power creates results. That is your path forward. You have now learned the foundational weapon, awareness. You know how to track, observe, and analyze impulses. You know that triggers exist and must be neutralized. You know that every urge is an opportunity to exercise discipline. Awareness is not passive. Awareness is not weak. Awareness is the first strike in your fight to turn lust into laser focus. Next, we go deeper. Awareness gives you the map, but mastery requires timing, control, and execution. You now know where the impulses are. Now, you must learn how to delay gratification to multiply your results. Chapter 4. Delay gratification, multiply results. If you want power, results, mastery, you must learn to wait. That's the simple truth. Impulse is the enemy of growth. Instant gratification is a thief. Lust, desire, distraction, they all thrive on the now, on the immediate, on the quick hit. And if you surrender, you lose. Every single time. But here's the difference between the average person and the high performer. The high performer delays gratification. They wait, they focus, they execute, and they multiply their results. Let me be clear. Delayed gratification is not a cliché. It is not some motivational buzzword. It is science. Dopamine, the chemical in your brain that controls reward and motivation, is designed to reinforce behavior. Every time you give in to a short-term pleasure, your brain learns, this is important. Do it again. That is habit formation in action. And if your habits revolve around lust, distraction, or impulsive behavior, your brain is training you to waste energy and time. That's the trap. The key is to retrain your reward system. Teach your brain that real pleasure, real satisfaction, comes from long-term achievement, not instant indulgence. That is where delayed gratification comes in. This is how high achievers win. They understand the payoff is greater when you wait. The tension of desire, when controlled and redirected, becomes fuel for bigger wins. And every time you resist, every time you wait, your self-discipline grows. That is leverage. That is compounding. That is the principle that separates mediocrity from mastery. Think about the classic study of children with marshmallows. Researchers gave kids a choice, 1 marshmallow now or 2 marshmallows if they waited 15 minutes. The children who waited, practiced delayed gratification, were followed decades later. Guess what? Those who waited had higher academic success, better career outcomes, stronger personal discipline. They understood, even unconsciously, that value comes with patience. That is what you are learning right now. That is the principle. Now here is how it applies to desire and lust. Every time you feel a surge of sexual energy, every time you feel the pull of instant gratification, you have a choice. Wait, focus, execute, multiply, repeat it. Let it become your mantra. Wait, focus, execute, multiply. Don't give in to the quick hit. Don't scroll. Don't indulge. Don't waste your energy. That energy is a resource. It is currency. Spend it wisely. Spend it on growth, on creation, on results that matter. Step 1. Identify moments of impulse. Know when your brain is begging for a quick hit. Phone notifications, idle moments, fatigue, boredom. These are the triggers. Awareness is the foundation, but awareness without action is wasted. Recognize the urge and deliberately delay. Say to yourself, I will act later after I complete what matters. That is self-command. That is control. Step 2. Replace the short-term reward with a long-term action. Feeling restless? Feeling desire? Redirect it immediately into an action that creates results. Write, read, build, exercise, solve a problem. Take the tension and convert it into progress. This is habit stacking in practice. Immediate energy becomes long-term gain. Every resisted urge compounds your discipline. Every redirection multiplies your results. Step 3. Set measurable delayed rewards. Don't just tell yourself, "I'll do it later." Make it concrete. For example, "I will work for 90 minutes, then allow myself a short break." Or, "I will finish this project before checking social media." Your brain needs structure to learn delayed gratification. Reward yourself, but only after action. This conditions your mind to value achievement over instant indulgence. Here's a real-world example. Students who delay gratification study first, play later, focus now, relax later. They train their mind to resist impulsive urges. They push through discomfort. They achieve better grades, more opportunities, and stronger confidence. The same principle applies to lust and desire. Every resisted urge builds mental toughness. Every delay multiplies your power. Step 4. Practice daily micro-delays. Start small. Delay a snack. Delay checking your phone. Delay a video. Each small victory strengthens your self-control muscle. Each small delay reinforces your brain's ability to prioritize long-term results over short-term pleasure. Gradually, your tolerance for discomfort grows. Gradually, your focus improves. Gradually, your life multiplies in results. And let's repeat it again. This is the phrase that must become instinctive. Wait. Focus. Execute. Multiply. Wait for the right moment. Focus on the action that matters. Execute with discipline. Multiply the results through consistent energy and repeated practice. Wait. Focus. Execute. Multiply. Say it. Think it. Live it. Embed it into your daily rhythm. Step 5. Embrace the discomfort. The tension you feel when resisting lust or immediate pleasure is not weakness. It is training. It is growth. Every moment of discomfort is a chance to strengthen your mental resilience. Every urge resisted is momentum gained. Every temptation avoided is a step toward mastery. This is the cost of success. This is the price of control. And it is worth paying. Remember, this is not theory. This is practice. Awareness alone does nothing. Understanding energy alone does nothing. Action is where transformation occurs. You must see the urge. You must recognize it. You must delay it. You must redirect it. That is how discipline is built. That is how focus becomes laser sharp. That is how lust becomes fuel. Wait. Focus. Execute. Multiply. Repeat it every day until it becomes instinct. Before we close this chapter, let's summarize the critical steps. Recognize the moments of impulse and desire. Awareness first. Delay immediate gratification deliberately. Create tension, not indulgence. Redirect the energy into meaningful action. Use it as fuel. Reward yourself after action, never before. Teach your brain delayed satisfaction. Practice daily micro-delays to compound discipline over time. Do not underestimate this principle. Patience is power. Discipline is freedom. Delayed gratification is the engine of mastery. Every moment you wait, every moment you resist, every moment you redirect multiplies your results. You have a choice. That's the key. You can surrender to instant pleasure, or you can convert desire into power. Wait. Focus. Execute. Multiply. You have now learned the science and strategy of delaying gratification. You understand why instant indulgence weakens you and why patience strengthens you. You've learned actionable steps to transform impulses into disciplined action. Awareness is your foundation. Delay is your weapon. Energy is your fuel. Next, we will take this energy further. Awareness and delay alone are powerful. But to create unstoppable focus, you must build daily rituals that harness desire. Chapter 5. Build daily rituals to harness desire. If you want to turn lust into laser focus, awareness and delayed gratification are not enough. You need structure. You need a system. You need rituals. Daily rituals are the secret weapon of high performers. They take raw energy, biological, sexual, restless energy, and direct it into action, discipline, and results. Your rituals dictate your results. Build them or be built by them. Most people drift through the day. They react to impulses. They respond to urges. They wait for motivation, inspiration, or mood to strike. That's a trap. Without structure, desire controls you. Without rituals, your energy goes to waste. You cannot leave focus to chance. You cannot leave productivity to luck. You have to create a daily framework that channels energy into outcomes. Your rituals dictate your results. Build them or be built by them. Let's break it down. A ritual is not just a habit. A ritual is deliberate, repeated, and anchored to purpose. It is a system designed to convert energy into action. Here's an example: morning exercise. When you wake up, the first thing you do is move your body. Push-ups, squats, sprints, lifting. The energy surge from your sexual and biological impulses is now redirected. Your heart rate rises. Dopamine flows. Focus sharpens. The day begins with momentum instead of indulgence. That's a ritual. That's power. Step 2. Cold exposure. Take a cold shower. Submerge yourself in discomfort. You feel resistance. You feel tension. That tension is energy. Most people flee it. Most people avoid it. But when you embrace it, you strengthen your mind and redirect desire into resilience. Cold exposure teaches your brain to tolerate discomfort without seeking instant pleasure. Every time you step out of that shower, you own a small victory. Your rituals dictate your results. Build them or be built by them. Step 3. Meditation or mindfulness. 10 to 20 minutes of sitting still, breathing, observing thoughts and impulses without acting. This is where awareness becomes practice. This is where you learn to witness desire without surrendering. This is where your mind learns to pause before reaction. Your body may crave action, but your mind learns control. That control compounds. That control multiplies results. That is ritual. Step 4. Creative or productive work. Channel your energy into your craft. Writing, coding, designing, planning, building. This is where lust is transformed into productivity. Elon Musk is a prime example. He channels obsessive energy most would squander, into focused, extended work sessions. His desire, his drive, his restless energy are all harnessed to build empires. That is the power of ritual. That is the application of discipline. That is the transmutation of desire. Step 5. Reflection and review. End your day with clarity. Journaling, reviewing goals, noting wins, noting failures. Reflection allows your mind to consolidate energy. Reflection allows you to correct course. Reflection prevents wasted energy from turning into regret. Daily rituals do not end with action. They include evaluation. That is how momentum compounds. That is how energy transforms into mastery. Now let's put this into perspective. Most people live without rituals. They float. They react. They chase pleasure and distraction. Lust controls them. Their energy is scattered. Their focus is fragmented. Their results are inconsistent. High performers, however, harness energy through structured routines. The same energy that could be lost to fleeting desires is captured, redirected, and multiplied. Your rituals dictate your results. Build them or be built by them. Say it. Repeat it. Embed it into your daily rhythm. Here's an actionable framework you can implement immediately. Morning activation. Move your body within 30 minutes of waking. Exercise, stretch, or walk. Redirect your energy before it leaks. Cold exposure. Take a cold shower or cold immersion. Embrace discomfort. Strengthen willpower. Meditation or mindfulness. Sit for 10 to 20 minutes. Observe urges. Don't react. Build control. High priority work session. Channel energy into your most important task. Creative, productive, meaningful work. Evening reflection. Journal, review, plan. Consolidate gains. Set intentions for tomorrow. Every step is deliberate. Every step is repeated daily. Every step redirects biological and sexual energy into outcomes that matter. That is ritual. That is discipline. That is transformation. Let's reinforce it again. Your rituals dictate your results. Build them or be built by them. Repeat it. Live it. Every ritual is a structure for energy. Every ritual is a guardrail against distraction. Every ritual converts desire into focus. Every ritual multiplies results. And here's the brutal truth. If you do not build rituals, you will be built by circumstances. Lust will pull you every which way. Impulses will hijack your day. Motivation will be unreliable. Your energy will scatter. You will chase distraction instead of results. Do not leave your life to chance. Your rituals dictate your results. Build them or be built by them. Now let's talk about implementation. Start small. Build one ritual at a time. Don't try to do everything at once. Master the morning movement first. Then add meditation. Then add focused work sessions. Layer your rituals. Anchor them. Make them non-negotiable. That is how habits form. That is how energy is harnessed. That is how lust becomes fuel for achievement. Repetition is critical. Say it again, your rituals dictate your results. Build them or be built by them. Every morning, every urge, every action is an opportunity to reinforce this principle. Momentum is built through consistency. Discipline is built through repetition. Energy is converted through structured action. By now you should see the pattern. Awareness allows you to see urges. Delayed gratification teaches patience and discipline. Rituals give structure, channeling energy into action. Combine all three and you transform desire into laser focus. You are no longer a victim of impulses. You are the architect of your energy. You are the director of your results. That is mastery. That is control. That is power. Next, we take your control even deeper. Awareness, delayed gratification, and rituals are foundational, but you must also transform visual triggers into mental triggers. This is where your environment stops hijacking your energy and starts supporting your purpose. Chapter 6. Transform visual triggers into mental triggers. Your environment is a battlefield. Every screen, every image, every notification is a potential trigger. Lust thrives on visual cues. A glance at social media, a click on a message, even a fleeting thought, these are sparks that ignite desire. And if you are not careful, they hijack your energy, your focus, and your results. But here's the truth, you are not powerless. You have a choice. You can see it. You can redirect it. You can own it. Most people let triggers control them. They scroll automatically. They click impulsively. They feed their impulses without thinking. That is how energy is wasted. That is how momentum is lost. That is how focus disappears. You cannot control the world around you, but you can control your mind. You can transform triggers into signals for action instead of distraction. That is the key to mastery. See it. Redirect it. Own it. Let's start with mental cue substitution. This is simple but powerful. Every time a visual trigger arises, a notification, an image, a thought, you do not react automatically. You replace it with a mental cue connected to your goal. For example, instead of scrolling mindlessly through social media when a desire hits, you pause and think, what is the next action that will move me toward my top goal? Then you act. That pause, that redirection, is what turns distraction into momentum. See it. Redirect it. Own it. Here's a practical example. You feel the urge to check a social feed. Instead, you commit to a 5-minute sprint on your most important task. Writing, coding, studying, planning. You channel the impulse into purpose. The visual trigger does not disappear, but it loses control over you. You are no longer reacting. You are directing. You are building discipline. You are reinforcing focus. Every time you do this, your mind learns a new pathway. It learns that energy is not wasted on fleeting pleasure, but invested in progress. Step 1. Identify your visual triggers. Be brutally honest. What apps, websites, or content tempt you? When do your urges spike? Where are you most vulnerable? Awareness is the foundation. You cannot redirect what you do not see. Map your battlefield. Note patterns. Journaling works wonders here. Every trigger observed is a step toward control. Step 2. Create mental replacements. For every trigger, assign a constructive mental cue. Social media scrolling becomes a 5-minute focus session. Idle phone checking becomes a deep breathing or cold exposure ritual. Random lust-driven imagery becomes visualization of your top goal. Each visual trigger becomes a prompt for productive action. Over time, your mind rewires itself. What once triggered distraction now triggers momentum. See it. Redirect it. Own it. Step 3. Train the mind consistently. This is not a one-time practice. Each trigger is a drill. Each redirection is repetition. Repeat it daily. Repeat it with purpose. Repeat it without compromise. Neural pathways strengthen through repetition. Desire, impulses, visual triggers, they all respond to this consistent conditioning. The more you practice, the more automatic your focus becomes. That is mastery. That is control. Step 4. Modify your environment where possible. Remove unnecessary triggers. Block distracting apps. Filter content. Create physical and digital spaces that support focus, not indulgence. This is not cheating, it's strategy. You are designing a system that reduces temptation and reinforces momentum. But remember, external changes are not enough. The real power comes from the mind. The real power comes from seeing it, redirecting it, and owning it. Let's consider a real-world example. A student has a habit of checking their phone every 20 minutes. It is a visual trigger that hijacks attention and sparks desire. They replace the habit. Every time they reach for the phone, they immediately write one paragraph for a project. Within weeks, the phone no longer tempts them. They have trained the mind. They have converted triggers into productivity. They have taken control. That is the principle in action. Step 5. Embrace the discomfort of early training. The first few days will be hard. Visual triggers are powerful. The mind is accustomed to automatic reactions. Desire will push back. Urges will spike. That is normal. That is expected. Do not yield. Each resisted urge strengthens your discipline. Each redirected trigger builds momentum. The discomfort is temporary. The results are permanent. See it. Redirect it. Own it. Repeat it. Internalize it. Step 6. Anchor the habit with repetition and reward. Every successful redirection reinforces your new neural pathways. Reward yourself for progress, but never for indulgence. Small victories compound. Momentum grows. Confidence rises. Energy is harnessed. Results accelerate. That is how you turn visual triggers, once dangerous, into allies. That is how focus becomes unstoppable. Let's reinforce the mantra one more time. See it. Redirect it. Own it. Every glance, every notification, every fleeting thought is now a signal to act, to create, to progress. You cannot stop every trigger, but you can control your response. Your mind is stronger than your impulses when trained. You are the commander of your energy. You are the architect of your focus. By now you should see the pattern. Awareness allows you to see triggers. Delayed gratification allows you to resist impulses. Rituals give structure and channel energy. And mental cue substitution ensures that even environmental distractions now serve your purpose. This is how lust becomes fuel. This is how energy becomes power. This is how momentum becomes results. Next, we will take the energy you have harnessed further. Awareness, delayed gratification, rituals, and mental triggers are all tools. But to dominate your impulses, you must use physical transmutation to amplify focus and control. Chapter 7. The power of physical transmutation. Energy is energy. Lust is energy. Desire is energy. But raw energy alone is chaotic. It can scatter. It can distract. It can destroy focus. You feel restless. You feel tension. You feel impulses pulling you away from purpose. That is where physical transmutation comes in. You redirect that energy into motion, into effort, into discipline. Move it, sweat it, master it. Most people ignore this. They sit, they fidget, they scroll. They allow sexual energy to linger unchanneled. That energy turns into frustration, anxiety, irritation, distraction. 2, 3, 4 wasted hours. Momentum lost. Focus evaporates. Energy wasted. But when you transmute it physically, it becomes power. It becomes fuel. It becomes momentum. That is mastery. Move it, sweat it, master it. Step 1. Use exercise as the primary tool. Workouts convert biological tension into structured effort. Push-ups, squats, sprints, weightlifting, anything that makes your heart race, your muscles burn, and your mind sharpen. Sexual energy surges. Frustration rises. Desire peaks. Do not resist it. Do not suppress it. Channel it. Physical exertion transforms it. Energy becomes controlled. Impulse becomes purpose. Move it, sweat it, master it. Step 2. Intense labor works too. Heavy chores, gardening, construction, carrying loads, manual tasks. These all convert biological energy into tangible results. The body expends energy. The mind clears. The urge diminishes, but momentum remains. The energy is no longer wasted. It is redirected. It is harnessed. That is physical transmutation. That is discipline. That is control. Move it, sweat it, master it. Step 3. Martial arts and combat training are ideal. They combine physical exertion with mental focus. Every strike, every block, every repetition teaches control, precision, and discipline. Adrenaline spikes. Desire surges. Energy is channeled into technique. Impulse becomes mastery. Athletes and fighters do this naturally. They convert the very biological surges that most people lose into peak performance. Move it, sweat it, master it. Consider a real-world example. Athletes before a big competition feel heightened sexual tension, nervous energy, and adrenaline. They do not suppress it. They do not ignore it. They run, jump, lift, train. That energy is converted into focus, speed, power, precision. The same energy that could have distracted or drained them is now fueling peak performance. This is not theory. This is practice. This is transmutation in action. Move it, sweat it, master it. Step 4. Daily consistency matters. Physical transmutation is not occasional. It is habitual. Build a routine. Start each day with movement. Use workouts to release tension before it becomes distraction. When sexual energy surges, act immediately. Don't wait. Don't delay. Momentum is created in the moment of action. Energy follows effort. Tension follows discipline. Move it, sweat it, master it. Step 5. Embrace discomfort. Desire creates tension. Physical transmutation requires effort. Muscles burn. Lungs ache. Heart pounds. That is your ally. That is the signal that energy is being redirected. Most people flee discomfort. They give in to impulses. They scroll. They watch. They indulge. Don't be most people. Lean into discomfort. Convert tension into motion. Convert impulse into mastery. Move it, sweat it, master it. Step 6. Combine physical transmutation with mental focus. Exercise is not just movement, it is concentration. Push-ups require form. Squats require control. Martial arts require precision. That is how energy is refined. That is how impulse becomes skill. That is how desire becomes achievement. Physical effort alone is not enough. Focused effort multiplies results. Move it, sweat it, master it. Step 7. Track the effect. Notice how your urges diminish after physical transmutation. Notice how your mind clears. Notice how your energy is repurposed. Journaling or mental reflection reinforces the process. You see the link between movement and mastery. You see the conversion of energy into results. You internalize the principle. Energy is neither good nor bad. It is what you make it. And now you make it productive. Move it, sweat it, master it. Let's be clear. This is non-negotiable. If you want to dominate impulses, you must move. You must act. You must expend energy deliberately. Waiting, sitting, avoiding action will only let desire grow stronger. Momentum will dissipate. Impulse will control you. Physical transmutation is your tool, your weapon, your bridge from desire to results. Move it, sweat it, master it. Repetition drives the lesson home. Say it. Internalize it. Repeat it every day. Move it, sweat it, master it. Your body becomes the vessel, your effort becomes the channel, and your discipline becomes the outcome. No shortcuts. No excuses. Energy is yours to control if you act. If you do not act, it controls you. Move it, sweat it, master it. Now integrate this with everything you've learned. Awareness, delayed gratification, rituals, mental triggers, and now physical transmutation. Awareness allows you to see the surge. Delayed gratification teaches patience. Rituals provide structure. Mental triggers redirect impulses. Physical transmutation converts energy into motion, effort, and mastery. Combined, these principles create unstoppable focus. Lust is no longer a threat. Desire is no longer a liability. Energy is your ally. Power is your outcome. Move it, sweat it, master it. Next, we will layer another level of accountability. Awareness, delayed gratification, rituals, mental triggers, and physical transmutation are all powerful. But without systems and external reinforcement, impulses can still slip through. Chapter 8. Create accountability systems that stick. Discipline is powerful, but it is fragile. Your willpower is limited. Desire is relentless. Lust, impulses, distractions, they never stop. You will face moments of weakness. You will be tempted. You will want to give in. And if you rely solely on willpower, you will fail. That is the truth. But there is a solution: systems. Systems win when willpower fails. Build your scaffolding. Most people ignore this. They think discipline is purely internal. I just need more willpower, they say. That is naive. Willpower alone cannot overcome constant triggers, impulses, and habits formed over years. Even high performers fail without a structure to support them. That is where accountability systems come in. They are the scaffolding that holds your focus, energy, and discipline in place. Systems win when willpower fails. Build your scaffolding. Step 1. Tracking systems. Write it down. Use an app. Use a journal. Every day, track your actions, impulses, and energy. Did you redirect a desire? Did you complete a ritual? Did you execute your focus session? Track it meticulously. Why? Because what gets measured gets improved. High achievers do this daily. They see patterns. They catch weaknesses before they spiral. They reinforce wins. You cannot manage what you do not measure. Systems win when willpower fails. Build your scaffolding. Step 2. Accountability partners. Find someone you respect. Someone who will check in. Someone who will ask the hard questions. Report your progress daily or weekly. Knowing someone else is watching your actions changes behavior. It sharpens focus. It builds commitment. Impulses that once seemed irresistible now meet resistance from both your mind and your system. High achievers often have coaches, mentors, or peers who hold them accountable. You are not alone in this fight. Systems win when willpower fails. Build your scaffolding. Step 3. Structured schedules. Free time is a playground for impulses. Lust fills the gaps. Distraction floods idle moments. The solution is scheduling. Map your day. Allocate time for work, exercise, focus sessions, and rituals. Fill the gaps with productive, pre-planned activity. When the day is structured, there is no room for wasted energy. Your environment works for you, not against you. Systems win when willpower fails. Build your scaffolding. Let's give a real-world example. A student wants to maintain focus and avoid distractions. They track every focus session, report progress to a friend daily, and schedule every hour of their day, including rituals, study blocks, and exercise. Within weeks, their impulses are under control. They achieve more consistently. They don't rely on willpower alone. The system carries them. That is the principle. Systems win when willpower fails. Build your scaffolding. Step 4. Layer multiple systems. One system is helpful. 2 systems are stronger. Combine tracking with accountability and scheduling. Layer rituals with physical transmutation and mental triggers. The more structures you have in place, the less room impulses have to hijack your day. Redundancy is strength. Your discipline is bulletproof when supported by multiple scaffolds. Systems win when willpower fails. Build your scaffolding. Step 5. Review and adjust. Systems are not static. Track results, evaluate weaknesses, tweak your scaffolding. Maybe certain triggers are still slipping through. Maybe accountability needs reinforcement. Adjust, refine, optimize. High performers constantly iterate on their systems. They measure, they tweak, they improve. This is not optional. This is non-negotiable. Systems win when willpower fails. Build your scaffolding. Step 6. Make systems unavoidable. Place cues everywhere. Phone reminders, visual prompts, post-it notes, habit trackers, anything that forces awareness and action. Impulse loses its power when you cannot ignore the scaffolding. Your systems become the environment. Your environment becomes the ally. Your ally becomes your habit. Systems win when willpower fails. Build your scaffolding. Step 7. Internalize the lesson. Accountability is not punishment. Systems are not constraints. They are your tools for freedom. By building scaffolding, you are not limiting yourself. You are multiplying your results. You are converting impulses into action, energy into focus, desire into productivity. You are winning consistently even on days your willpower would fail. That is the principle. Systems win when willpower fails. Build your scaffolding. Repetition drives mastery. Say it. Live it. Repeat it every day. Systems win when willpower fails. Build your scaffolding. Track your actions. Report to someone. Schedule your life. Reinforce every victory. Catch every slip. Layer multiple systems. Adjust continuously. Make accountability unavoidable. Internalize it. Systems win when willpower fails. Build your scaffolding. Now integrate this with everything you've learned so far. Awareness allows you to see impulses, delayed gratification teaches patience, rituals provide structure, mental triggers redirect attention, physical transmutation converts energy into action, and accountability systems ensure consistency. Alone each principle works. Together they are unstoppable. Lust is no longer a threat. Desire is no longer a distraction. Energy is harnessed. Focus is laser sharp. Results are inevitable. Systems win when willpower fails. Build your scaffolding. Next, we will push beyond external systems. To achieve true mastery, you must internalize discipline so that control becomes instinct, even without scaffolding. Chapter 9. Rewire your brain for purpose-driven focus. Your brain is not fixed. It is not static. It is adaptable. Every thought, every action, every choice rewires it. Neuroplasticity, the ability of your brain to reorganize itself, means you can train your mind to focus, to resist impulses, and to pursue long-term goals with precision. Your brain is not fixed. Rewire it. Direct it. Dominate it. Most people think they are prisoners of their impulses. I can't focus. I can't resist temptation. It's just how I am. That is false. Those are habits, patterns formed over years, and habits can be changed. Neural circuits that once reinforced distraction, indulgence, and scattered attention can be repurposed. They can be strengthened toward discipline, mastery, and purpose. Your brain is not fixed. Rewire it. Direct it. Dominate it. Step 1. Habit stacking. Link a new desired behavior to an existing habit. For example, after your morning workout, immediately write down your top priority for the day. After brushing your teeth, take 3 deep breaths and visualize your goal. Each new action piggybacks onto something you already do. The brain forms new connections, creating automatic pathways to focus and purpose. Repetition makes it permanent. Neural rewiring occurs naturally when behavior is consistent. Your brain is not fixed. Rewire it. Direct it. Dominate it. Step 2. Visualization. Mental rehearsal strengthens the same circuits as real action. When you vividly imagine completing a goal, resisting temptation, or converting desire into productive energy, your brain practices success. Athletes, performers, and high achievers all use this method. Visualization is training without movement. It primes your brain to execute. Your urges are not defeated by willpower alone. They are redirected by a mind wired for achievement. Your brain is not fixed. Rewire it. Direct it. Dominate it. Step 3. Reward substitution. Your brain seeks dopamine. Lust, distraction, and instant gratification hijack your reward circuits. The solution is to replace short-term rewards with long-term, productive rewards. Every time you resist a temptation, reward yourself in a meaningful, non-destructive way. Finish a focused sprint, then walk outside. Complete a task, then take a moment to reflect. Replace fleeting pleasure with intentional reward. Over time, your brain rewires itself to value productive action over indulgence. Your brain is not fixed. Rewire it. Direct it. Dominate it. Let's take a real-world example. Former addicts retrain their reward circuits to pursue productive goals. Instead of seeking a drug-induced high, they channel energy into work, fitness, creativity, and relationships. Neuroplasticity allows their brains to form new pathways. Old triggers lose power. New rewards dominate. The same principle applies to sexual impulses and lust-driven distraction. Your brain can be rewired. Your focus can be sharpened. Your energy can be redirected toward purpose. Your brain is not fixed. Rewire it. Direct it. Dominate it. Step 4. Combine methods for maximum effect. Habit stacking, visualization, and reward substitution are powerful individually, but together they accelerate transformation. Stack a productive habit after a ritual, visualize executing it successfully, and reward completion with meaningful reinforcement. Your brain forms multiple new pathways simultaneously. Neural circuits once wired for distraction are overwritten. Energy once scattered is now directed. Momentum once fleeting becomes unstoppable. Your brain is not fixed. Rewire it. Direct it. Dominate it. Step 5. Practice patience. Neural rewiring takes time. Consistency beats intensity. Daily repetition compounds. Even 10 to 15 minutes of focused, deliberate practice every day rewires your brain over weeks and months. Don't be discouraged by setbacks. They are signals, not failures. Your circuits are changing even when progress feels slow. Persist. Repeat. Strengthen. Your brain is not fixed. Rewire it. Direct it. Dominate it. Step 6. Track and reflect. Awareness enhances rewiring. Note progress. Journal your victories. Recognize when urges were successfully redirected. Celebrate focus sessions completed. Reflect on patterns. Each review strengthens neural connections and reinforces your brain's new operating system. Your brain is not fixed. Rewire it. Direct it. Dominate it. Step 7. Anchor rewiring with external scaffolding. Combine neuroplasticity with rituals, accountability systems, and physical transmutation. Use your environment, your habits, and your energy as constant reinforcement. The more cues and supports you layer, the faster and stronger your neural pathways adapt. Old impulses weaken. New focus dominates. Momentum becomes instinct. Your brain is not fixed. Rewire it. Direct it. Dominate it. Now internalize this principle. Your mind is not a passive observer. It is a tool. It is a machine capable of rewiring, redirecting, and dominating impulses. You are the engineer. You are the programmer. You are the master. Energy that once scattered in lust, distraction, or indulgence is now repurposed toward achievement. Every thought, every action, every repetition rewires your circuits. Your brain now works for you instead of against you. Your brain is not fixed. Rewire it. Direct it. Dominate it. By combining awareness, delayed gratification, rituals, mental triggers, physical transmutation, accountability, and neuroplasticity, you achieve unstoppable focus. Lust is no longer a threat. Desire is no longer a liability. Energy is harnessed. Momentum is multiplied. Results become inevitable. Your brain is not fixed. Rewire it. Direct it. Dominate it. Next, we will bring it all together. In the final chapter, we will focus on maintaining this transformation long-term and creating a life where lust, desire, and energy are fully under your command. Chapter 10. Turn every urge into momentum. You've seen the principles. Awareness, delayed gratification, rituals, mental triggers, physical transmutation, accountability, neuroplasticity. Now it's time to bring it all together. Every impulse you feel, every surge of lust, desire, or tension, is not a weakness. It is not a liability. It is energy, raw energy, waiting to be directed. Every urge is fuel. Every action is fire. Ignite your life. Most people fight their impulses, resist them, or ignore them. And what happens? Energy stagnates. Motivation drops. Focus disappears. Hours are wasted. Momentum evaporates. But you are not most people. You have tools. You have structure. You have discipline. You have the power to convert every urge into deliberate, productive action. That is the ultimate mastery. Every urge is fuel. Every action is fire. Ignite your life. Step 1. Recognize the spike of energy. Lust is not just a distraction. It is a surge of biological power. Heart rate rises. Adrenaline spikes. Focus sharpens temporarily. Most squander it on fleeting pleasure. You will not. You will see it for what it is: potential. Potential waiting for direction. Energy waiting for channeling. Momentum waiting for ignition. Every urge is fuel. Every action is fire. Ignite your life. Step 2. Immediately redirect the energy toward a top priority task. Writing, coding, designing, planning, exercising, or creating, whatever aligns with your purpose. Do not delay. Do not scroll. Do not indulge. Harness the tension. Channel the surge. Focus it like a laser on the task that matters most. The energy that would have been wasted now multiplies your results. That is the alchemy of transformation. Every urge is fuel. Every action is fire. Ignite your life. Step 3. Combine mental triggers and physical transmutation. Stand, move, or act while engaging in focused work. Physical motion amplifies energy conversion. Mental cues keep your focus sharp. The mind and body now work together to redirect impulse into productivity. The urge is no longer a threat. It is a tool. Every spike of desire becomes a sprint of achievement. Every urge is fuel. Every action is fire. Ignite your life. Step 4. Layer in rituals and routines. By now you have built a structure. Your rituals provide timing, sequence, and discipline. They give your impulses a channel. Morning exercise. Cold exposure. Focused work sessions. Evening reflection. These rituals are scaffolding for energy, allowing you to consistently capitalize on biological surges without losing control. Every urge becomes part of the system. Every urge becomes momentum. Every urge is fuel. Every action is fire. Ignite your life. Step 5. Use reward substitution to reinforce the behavior. Each successful redirection deserves recognition. A completed task. A journal entry. A brief moment of reflection. The brain needs reinforcement to solidify new circuits. Every time you turn lust into productive output, you strengthen neural pathways for discipline, focus, and achievement. Over time, the mind begins to crave productive action over indulgence. Every urge is fuel. Every action is fire. Ignite your life. Consider a real-world example. A programmer feels a surge of desire in the afternoon. Instead of scrolling or distraction, they stand, stretch, and immediately write code for their most important project. 2 hours later, the task is advanced, momentum is created, and energy is no longer wasted. Lust is gone, but the output remains. That is transformation. That is mastery. That is how you turn impulses into unstoppable momentum. Every urge is fuel. Every action is fire. Ignite your life. Step 6. Embrace the iterative process. Some days impulses will be harder to redirect. Some spikes will feel overwhelming. That is natural. Do not despair. Each attempt strengthens your discipline. Each success compounds. Each redirection teaches your brain, body, and mind to respond purposefully. Over time, conversion of energy becomes instinct. Momentum becomes automatic. Every urge is fuel. Every action is fire. Ignite your life. Step 7. Internalize the mantra. Repeat it constantly. Every urge is fuel. Every action is fire. Ignite your life. Let it guide your decisions. Let it shape your reactions. Let it become instinct. The moment tension arises, the mantra reminds you that you are in control. The moment desire surges, it reminds you that energy is yours to direct. Momentum is yours to claim. Focus is yours to wield. Every urge is fuel. Every action is fire. Ignite your life. Step 8. Bring it together for long-term mastery. Awareness shows you the impulses. Delayed gratification teaches patience. Rituals provide structure. Mental triggers redirect attention. Physical transmutation converts energy into motion. Accountability ensures consistency. Neuroplasticity rewires your brain. And now, every surge of desire is converted into deliberate, productive output. Lust is no longer a threat. Desire is no longer a liability. Energy is fully harnessed. Focus is unstoppable. Results are inevitable. Every urge is fuel. Every action is fire. Ignite your life. Now take a deep breath and internalize this final lesson. You have the tools. You have the strategies. You have the systems. And more importantly, you have the power to turn every biological impulse into achievement. Every spike of energy, every surge of desire, every impulse is not something to fight. It is something to redirect. Fuel it, focus it, multiply it, dominate it. Every urge is fuel. Every action is fire. Ignite your life. This is the culmination of everything you've learned. Do not let it fade. Do not leave it theoretical. Implement it immediately. See the urges. Redirect them. Build momentum. Multiply results. Internalize discipline. Make control instinctive. Transform desire into energy. Transform energy into focus. Transform focus into results. Every urge is fuel. Every action is fire. Ignite your life. You've learned it all. Awareness lets you see the urges. Delayed gratification teaches patience. Rituals give structure. Mental triggers redirect impulses. Physical transmutation converts energy into action. Accountability systems keep you consistent. Neuroplasticity rewires your brain. And now, every surge of desire is your fuel. Every action is your fire. Every urge is fuel. Every action is fire. Ignite your life. The choice is yours. You can surrender to impulses, wasting energy and focus, or you can redirect every ounce of desire into unstoppable momentum, mastering your mind, your body, and your results. Today is the day you decide. Today is the day you stop reacting and start creating. Today is the day you ignite your life. If this audiobook has transformed your perspective, hit subscribe now and join the community of people turning desire into discipline, impulses into results, and energy into achievement. More content like this is coming every week. Practical strategies, step-by-step guides, and relentless focus hacks to help you build a life of purpose and mastery. Remember, every urge is fuel. Every action is fire. Ignite your life. Take control. Start now. And never look back.